following program is an exclusive Disruption Networks production.
So you just bought your dream home, and now it's time to move. Let's face it, nobody likes to move. All the packing, unpacking, lifting, upstairs, downstairs, and broking everything, including your back. Let the professionals at EJA Moving Company take all the stress and pain out of your move. Competitively priced moving, relocation services, office moves, and complete packing and unpacking services. They work with everybody to make it simple and easy for you to move and relocate. Call EJA Moving Company at 315-335-0516. When it's time to relocate, have EJA Moving do all the work for you. Hit them up online, ejamoving.com.
Hey, Disruption Network. This is Mike Sacco, the general manager at Nye Volkswagen of Rome. If you don't know me by name, it's only because you have not received the best deal. There's only one reason to leave Utica, and that's to come see me in Rome and get the best deal on your next new, pre-owned, or certified VW. Mention that you heard this ad from Disruption Network and receive $250 off your next vehicle purchase. You'll know why our customers say, I love my Nye VW. Come see us at 5865 Rome Taberg Road in Rome, or visit us online at nyvwofrome.com.
Join us Saturday, October 13th as Disruption Network and Doughboy Barbecue presents Trip Fest 2 at the Jewish Community Center, 2310 Oneida Street in Utica. A night to pay homage to Vinny, Captain Trip Moriel. Utica icon, yo! Come pick through all Capital Trip's personal treasures, local artist display, food from Doughboy Barbecue, beer, wine, and live music. Bands include, after a 24-year hiatus, the return of Taurus, Kate Devin, The Crazy Fools, Thunderwatt, and a 315 All-Star tribute to the Grateful Dead. Tickets are $10 in advance and $15 at the door. Partial proceeds to benefit Laney's Army. Doors open at 6 o'clock. Taurus kicks it all off at 6:30. It's Trip Fest 2, Saturday, October 13th. Trip Fest 2 is sponsored by Nye Volkswagen of Rome, 92.7 FM The Drive, Priceless Inspection, Donato Appraisal Services, Dr. Scott Domenico, and Saranac Brewery.
The Property Sisters of the Mohawk Valley was born when three top producing agents with over 25 years of combined experience selling real estate joined forces to take real estate to the next level. We practice with honesty, integrity, and the knowledge to help make the buying and selling process easy and stress-free for all of our clients. We pledge to always make our clients our top priority from start to finish and even after the house is closed. We will always be a valued resource for information and assistance for our buyers and sellers. Our customers over the years have become not only past clients, but great friends. As we join hands together as the Property Sisters of the Mohawk Valley, we look forward to serving our clients and our community and making a positive difference. You can reach us at 315-601-9630 for all of your real estate needs.
Welcome to EC Radio Podcast. We would like to thank all of our sponsors for joining the Disruption team, and we hope that you'll support all of our sponsors. And of course, we appreciate you listening to this program.
YOLO, infidels, that's right. It's Hacker Hameen.
This is Al Schneer from the band Mo.
Hey, this is Corey Glover from Living Color.
And you're listening to EC Radio.
And you're listening to EC Radio.
Live on EC Radio with the Z-Man. So take the pizza out of your fat moron mouse. Sit back and listen before I give you a $5 face slap. You'll never forget, infidels. YOLO.
Disruption Networks.
Oh yeah, baby, I'm back. And deaf as hell. DC Radio. I'm back with like 5 lives to spare, people. I'm ready to rage it. I'm ready to knock off the rest of those lives, if you will. No, I'm kidding. I'm here to entertain and fill your ear hole with that distorted voice that's coming through my voice in my mouth. And how are you, everybody? Good to see you. It's me, Z. Did you miss me? Probably not, but I know Chicken didn't. Chicken joining me as always. How you doing, bud?
What's up, man?
It's been a crazy summer, hasn't it?
Oh, yeah. Nuts.
Also joining us, our very good friend from the Event Co, our good friend Gina Scampone. How are you, honey?
Very good.
Good to see your beautiful face.
To be here. Thank you.
Yeah. We started off pretty much the summer with Summer Fest, which was your event down on Genesee Street. And then now, can you believe how fast it went by?
It's just flying by. Everything
flies by.
It really
Here
does.
today, gone tomorrow.
You know, when I was younger, the old guys always used to tell me, they used to say, hey, kid, don't blink because it goes by super fast. Now I'm trying not to blink.
That's what I tell my dates. Don't blink.
Your poor dates. Your poor dates for sure. But it does. It goes by so damn fast.
So fast.
But here we are, September, coming up on fall really soon. Fall's going to be here as soon as you know it. All the colors of the trees are going to be changing.
It's
and
actually
peak.
late.
I know. It's about at least 2 weeks late.
The chicken, you live up north. Are the leaves starting to change up north? No, not yet.
There, nothing?
And a friend of mine, she lives up in Old Forge, and she said they're not even changing.
Really?
Wow.
They're starting to now, so you probably got about another week or two before they really change.
It's good for them, though. They'll have a nice extended season. They had a killer summer. Good for them.
Problem is that most places close down at Columbus Day, which is what?
Next week or
Next
something
week.
like that.
So,
After,
or 2 weeks.
2
Well,
weeks,
these
yeah.
businesses might want to reconsider that and stay open a little bit longer.
Well, they might. They might. Hopefully they get enough sno, too.
Right, because that's true.
Yeah, because then they
point.
get snowmobile season and skiing.
Just stay snow in Old Forge.
Yeah, right.
Keep it up there.
Keep it up there.
And for Christmas Eve.
And Christmas, right.
Yeah, I want it to snow for Christmas Eve.
I'm with you there,
Christmas Day,
sister.
I don't care what happens.
Right.
You know? It's like, okay.
I remember a couple years ago, it was like, what, 45? I think it was warmer. I think it was almost 60 degrees on Christmas.
1 year, yeah.
Or it was
Yeah.
one year or two on New Year's. We were standing outside in T-shirts.
Chris from Taylor and the Cook, he took a picture of him in the river. He went
On
in
Christmas? Really?
Christmas.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah. I'm like, wow, that's got to be
You
cool.
never know.
I think he wants to be part of the Polar Bear Club.
Yeah.
I think that's his goal in life. But what a monumental summer I've had. I really have had
you've
a
been rocking.
monumental summer.
You've been rocking.
From the last 6 weeks, it's just been a crazy stretch. We had Get the Lead Out over at the brewery, and then the K-Rock Free-for-All, and then it went right into Curveball, which got canceled, but I was still there for a whole week. A whole week I was there. And then right on over to the State Fair. And some of the most monumental things have ever happened to me at the State Fair this year.
At State Fair, I would wait for you to do your live broadcast about your
thanks.
recap. Really, because it was fun, you know?
It was fun.
It was like I was able to be there without actually having to go there.
Some of the most monumental things happened to me at the fair.
Yeah, like what?
Well, the first thing I got to tell you, the very first night I kicked it all off with I gave Deborah Harry a ride. Picked her up at the airport.
Yeah, she's
picked
one of
her
my
up
favorites.
picked her up at the airport, brought her to the gig, and then brought her to the hotel and then to the airport again. And the second ride back, the first time when she got off the plane, she didn't really want to talk. But coming back when she had a couple glasses of wine, she wanted to bitch about Trump. And they're like, there's a whole bunch of Trump shit. Like there's Trump shit going on every day. But anyways, that was that. And then like the very next day, I gave Ludacris a ride from the private airport, police escort, mind you. Police escort.
Really?
They pull up. He was a little bit late to the airport. And finally, he shows up, and a couple state troopers showed up, a couple cop cars. I said, what's protocol when it comes to giving a police escort? He's like, just stay on my ass. We did 90 down 690, just flying. And all I could think in my head is, move,
I was
bitch.
just going to say,
get out the way.
Bitch,
get out the way, bitch. But that's all I could think about. And he's in the back on the phone doing business or whatever. But the first time the cops flicked the light on, he stopped what he was doing. He goes, I bet you that motherfucker just shit his pants. And he kept talking. So I had that police escort. The next day, we had Smokey Robinson.
Nice.
On his way to Aretha Franklin's funeral, gave me a hug at 4 a.m., told me, brother, I appreciate everything you've done for me, and God bless you, and gave me a hug.
Wow.
I'm like,
Class.
it's Smokey.
Class.
It's like, just even talking about it, getting chills talking about it.
Nice.
That was amazing. Then we get into the Temptations. And hanging out with the Temptations for a couple days was
Saw you enjoyed that a lot.
probably the most epic time of my fair.
Like, what are they like?
They're just super cool. I had all the singers
laid
with
back?
us, too.
Laid back?
They're back, but there's only one original member. There's only one original member, and he was just, they were all funny, just ball breaking. One guy told me, he goes, man, you look like ZZ Top's embryo. Like you ain't even born yet.
How long have the other members played with him?
A bunch, many years.
That's what I was
In
gonna say.
fact, there's many. There was only one. They do have Larry Bragg though singing with them from Tower Power. He's one of their lead guys now. So with him in the mix, just adds a whole nother element to the Temptations.
Yeah.
And they're out there doing it. 100 shows, 200 shows a year.
Wow.
No, not 200 shows, but a little over 100 shows a year. They're out there doing it. So if you get a chance, check them out. The mean, the Temptations were just amazing.
I can imagine, kind of like Leonard Skinner, like the guys in the band were probably in there longer than the original guys.
Right.
You know what I mean? So they've been playing with them way longer.
There was a lot of members, but only one original member. And they were super, super cool, just very cool, and tipped me, and we broke balls, and we talked about women, and then just a lot of things. One thing I will say is, like, her cheeks got cheeks. And we won't even go into that story, but that was one of the comments that made me die. And then Jackal, got to hang out with Jackal for a while.
Wow,
And Jesse
Jackal.
James Dupree, and all his boys are super cool. Super cool. Got to hang out with those guys
How old
for
are
a
the
while.
guys in Jackal now?
They're in their mid-50s.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jesse James Dupree's still doing it at a high level. Not only is he playing, but he's booking shows. In fact, in the middle of that gig, he was also producing the 150th anniversary of Harley Davidson's party in Milwaukee. Yeah, it was like that very next week. So he was on the phone constantly talking, no, we got to move this tent and all this, and the bar needs to go over here, and just, festival
Making
planning.
it happen.
Still doing the chainsaw gig?
He's still doing the chainsaw
Is he?
gig.
Is it just the one song, or did he incorporate in others?
Just the one song. Yeah, just
I wasn't sure if he incorporated in something else.
It's funny because they have to advance the chainsaw with the stage, with the backline company. So whoever's bringing the instruments and stuff, they have to bring a chainsaw with them. But the company ended up bringing a chainsaw that was too big, so he had to go back and get another chainsaw, so it was smaller. He goes, we don't want any, missing limbs after he's done with this one. You never know.
Wow.
So they had to get a smaller chainsaw for Jesse James.
Who was it? Was it Tom Green that he sawed his desk in half?
I don't know.
Yeah, he was on a talk show, Jesse James Dupree, and he like sawed.
Jesse saw it.
Sawed the desk in half, and I want to say it was Tom Green show on the Tom Green show.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't remember that one. They were super cool. And there was just so many, man. We had some drama with a couple rap artists, but that we won't talk about that. And ZZ Top. ZZ Top was amazing.
ZZ Top. There's a band I never saw. I'd love to see ZZ Top.
You just missed your
love
opportunity.
them.
ZZ Top's a great band on a summer night. Just to chill out and just listen to live. They sound so much better live.
I just love them. I really do.
They gave me a cool little...
Oh, nice.
Like from the video?
Yeah.
Remember from the video? They gave us all a bunch of keychains.
That's nice.
Yeah, it was really cool.
That's cool.
When they ask you which way to go, did you kind of just give them the...
Remember that?
Yeah. And then after the fair was done, we had Mo at the brewery, 2 nights, epic nights. Epic nights. Both nights were absolutely huge, and Mo killed it.
That Kung Fu after party was nuts.
And we had the Kung Fu after party.
Celtic Harp.
Oh.
There was people, like, it was so hard to even get in because it was so packed. I had to tell the guy, I'm like, dude, our banner's in there. I got to get in there. And like, this was so busy. People were partying out in the streets.
Really?
There was probably another 200 people on the streets just watching that show, too. It
was amazing.
That was really cool. But Mo absolutely killed it both nights. It was fun to see the family and everybody get together. And when Mo comes to town, it's more of like a family reunion. Yeah. We all know each other. Everybody's brothers, and just it's cool.
The problem is, like, when you go to the show, like I did on Saturday night, I kept bumping into so many people.
Oh yeah,
that it was just like every time you turned around, like it was hard to watch a show because there were so many of your friends out. It was really cool.
Half of Utica was out there. Yeah. Our age demographic was heavily represented.
Really?
That weekend, yeah, for sure. It was great. That's Mo brings out. See, the Mo fans have
we're still alive.
You're right. The Mo fans have matured now. They have matured now. We're older. Most of us have kids, not I and Chicken, but the rest of us do, and. They've matured, so they know when Mo comes to town, they're going to make arrangements to get sitters, and mom and dad could go out and play type of thing.
They mark it right on their calendar, 2 days, boom, boom.
They do.
Get the sitters and everything.
I do got to mention they made an announcement this past week that 2 nights of Rochester at the Kodak Theater, brought to you by our good friends at Creative Concerts for New Year's Eve, so that's going to be a good time.
Oh, that'll be fun.
I'll be out there for that. And then right after Mo happened, I hopped in the car and worked Borderland Festival this past week in Buffalo.
Which looked so cool.
It was awesome. Gina, I thought about you so many times.
So cool.
The girl running it, too, Jen Brazil, she reminded me a little bit of you.
Yeah.
And the way she was running around and taking care of this and doing, just doing her thing, She was doing her thing just like you were doing it at Summerfest. And the cool thing was there was a lot of art and sculptures and just there was horses and sheep and just some really, really cool things. Interactive with the kids. They had
that's it.
They had a teepee, Indian teepee, and a little course for them to run around, and it was a lot of things for kids to do as well as the adults, and beer, and they had some awesome vendors, and then probably the coolest vending area I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, that was really cool.
It's an old. Let me explain Knox Farm for you. It's a 650-acre farm, old farm.
It's a big farm.
But when they died, these people used to own Woolworths.
Oh.
But
really?
When the woman died, she donated it to the state.
Okay.
So they can use it as a state park, and there's a doggy park, and there's a little cafe, and there's this huge mansion where they used to live, where they do weddings there and do like VIP things.
Wow.
And then on the backside of this property, there's an old carriage house, an old horses stable. And there's a big upstairs, and then downstairs it's the old stables where the horses used to be. And they had the vendors in all these stable areas.
Oh, that's really cool.
It was really cool. So you walk down this long hallway, and there's just a bunch of stuff to look at. They had Reiki and massaging, and then they had arts and crafts, and people blowing glass, like all this cool stuff going on in the horses carriage. And then the last three were the horses where they stayed. I made friends with the horses, feeding them apples and stuff. And you know how we like animals more than we like people around here, but but it was just so cool and interactive, and the lineup was great, and I made friends with some great people that I'm probably going to be friends with for the rest of my life.
Good for you.
Type of thing. So
that's awesome.
Good for you.
They ran a good tight ship over there, but what they did is they got out the A team for this one. I mean, they hired the best of the best in all their departments, and we pretty much came together and created something special. It was cool.
Awesome.
And that's one of the things, like when you put on a festival, a lot of people overlook is the crew.
Absolutely.
You know, having a crew that you can depend on.
Right.
And people know where they got to do, what they got to do, and where they got to be. And you know, you're not chasing people around, and everybody knows their shit, and that's the most important thing, I think.
Exactly.
In the backbone of the event.
It was a great event, and hats off to all the crew and everybody that came together and put that together. I'm looking forward to next year. I'm already locked in for a couple things for next year, so my summer's already booked.
They're so underrated, you know, like they go unseen.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And I got to give big ups to my shirt, Buffalo Ironworks. My man Josh Holtzman. Buffalo Ironworks is like the EC of Buffalo.
Oh, nice.
They have a lot of big shows over there, and he's got like Marcus King. Last night they had Life Agony play over there the other night. Yeah, so he mixes it up. There's metal, there's rock, there's jam bands, funk, bluegrass. He does a lot of different things. A variety of music that happens there.
That's really cool.
So if you're in Buffalo, check out the Buffalo Ironworks. Big ups to Josh Holtzman, man. Good people. Good people. Speaking of good people, Gina's in the house with us. I'm done talking for now.
I love listening to you talk. I told you
talking.
yesterday, I can't wait to get here and listen to you talk.
We're talking about events and stuff like that. You got a big event coming up real soon.
So the White Party?
The White Party.
The White Party. The White Party's going to be
Sounds
fun.
a little racist, but whatever.
The White Privilege Party?
The White Party, no, not at all. So, yeah, it's a concept that was born obviously nothing that I made up, but something that was born in the 70s. And it's all white. White attire, white decor, everything's white. And
just don't bring a black light.
Just yeah, right. So we're doing the White Party. It's scheduled for October 27th. We first had it for the first weekend in November, but we had some scheduling conflicts, so we moved it up. And it kind of works out really nice because it's Halloween weekend.
Yeah.
Well, one of the Halloween weekends, because Halloween kind of falls in the middle of the week, I think, Wednesday or whatever it is. So this is October 27th. It's a cocktail party. It is going to be unlike any other cocktail party you ever saw.
You're serving spaghetti, right?
Uh-huh. It'll go really nice with your white shirt. Yeah.
Is there a chocolate fountain?
There is, actually. Yes, there is. It's white chocolate.
White chocolate, of course.
Do you doubt me?
No, I don't doubt you at all. Not for 1 second.
Yes. I asked Jeffrey. It's at Danielle's at Valley View. So I said to Jeffrey, I go, can I have a chocolate fountain? It's like, of course you can, Gina. So, yeah. And when the White Party was first slated within my portfolio for the year, it was just a party. But after Summerfest, speaking of the cruise, this was our inaugural year. It was just me, basically. And I really needed help setting up and breaking down every day. You guys remember that daunting task. Mm-hmm. So I reached out to the Veterans Outreach Center. And I called up Vincent and asked him if he had some guys that would help out. And so he sent a crew of guys over to me. And when they first got there, I had everything organized. They knew where to find everything, where to put everything, handed them the papers. In 45 minutes, it was done. You know that I only had an hour and a half to set that street up.
Right.
In 45 minutes, they had it done. They broke it down for me that night. We came in the next day, and I didn't even have to, they didn't even come up to me to say, what do you want me to do? It was just done. And so we did that for 3 days. And then like a day or two after, I was just sitting in my backyard chilling out. And I said, how am I going to ever thank these guys? So I said, let me put them on the white party. It's right around Veterans Day. And so I called up Vincent and I said, how do you feel about this? And he was appreciative and said, thank you. And so the white party has taken a turn to help support the Veterans Outreach Center.
That's awesome.
Nice.
So I've raised some money for the center that will be donated directly to them. And we are going to publicly recognize the 4 gentlemen that helped me. We're going to recognize them at the party.
Oh, cool.
I have a really cool entrance. I'm bringing just this wild entrance in up from New York City. And I'm not going to tell you exactly what it is, but it's going to be wild.
Can you publicly acknowledge those helpers right now?
I'd rather wait.
You want to wait?
It's okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's fine.
I'd rather wait.
I like
It's okay.
exclusives, but that's cool. I understand.
Well, not exclusive to anybody but you. Actually, why don't you guys come to the white party?
I think I'm booked. I got to check. It's
That
October
would be
27th.
October
right?
27th.
At Danielle's.
At Danielle's at Valley View. So Harley Davidson's going to come in, and they're going to set up with the welcoming photo op, and we got some really cool things going on.
Excellent.
Vitulo's is giving a great deal on tuxes, although you don't have to wear a tux. But they are giving a good deal on tuxes, and they are donating $10 from every transaction to the center.
Cool.
That's
So
cool.
there's another way we raised money for them.
Bob's a great man.
He's awesome.
Bob Roth,
Yeah,
big ups to Bob Roth.
He's awesome. He's really he was great. And we're going to do a lantern launch off the deck, providing that the weather holds out for us. And if it keeps going like this, I'm good. So we're going to do a lantern launch off the deck, because another thing that they do that's different is they have wish parties. And so they get the wish lanterns, the sky lanterns, and they light them off. And, you know, you do whatever you want to do, whatever vibe you're in, whatever wish you want to do, however spiritual you want to make it. And so that's what these parties are. So I got a bunch of those lanterns, and we're going to set some of those off. Everybody that's coming to the party will get a lantern. We're going to do some signature cocktails.
White cocktails, of
White
course, right? Like
cocktails,
white
of
Russians
course.
and stuff.
Well, I don't know. You know, I'm leaving that up to Jeffrey.
Okay.
I'm leaving it up to the expert. We'll leave it up to him.
And he definitely does it up, too.
He sure does.
He does.
He's good to me.
Top notch.
Only white wine.
Wow.
Of course.
I don't know if I could do that. I'm going to need my red. You know, I need my red. But yes, so you'll have a choice. I think he's doing a choice of like a white signature martini, a white beer,
Alfredo
and
sauce.
a white wine. We're going to have a pasta bar, of course. We'll have Alfredo sauce. We'll have a
pasta
carving
bar?
a pasta station, a carving station. We'll have some nice hors d'oeuvres. We'll have my beautiful chocolate fountain. It's going to be great.
White
It's gonna
chocolate, of course.
White chocolate, of course. It's going to be a good time.
And you know, Marilyn Manson has a white room in his house, and like you're only allowed to wear white clothes and do white drugs in it.
Come on.
Dead serious.
Really?
You can look that up on the internet.
When I seen Faith No More, they all dress in white.
with
The entire-
flowers too,
with
right?
flowers
All-
and
it was
everything.
all white flowers. and-
Yeah, it was crazy.
Really?
Yeah.
Speaking of flowers,
Is white the new black?
well, yeah, you know, people say you can't wear it after Memorial Day, or what is it, Labor Day?
Yeah. Oh, you're
Now-
breaking all the rules now.
Go figure. So speaking of decor, Rosalind, Verilyn Designs. Do you know Rosalind?
I don't.
Oh,
I do.
she's a sweetheart. Actually, I told her she could come with me when I came here, and I
Next time.
next time. Okay, sorry, Rosalind, if you're watching. So she's doing all of my decor. I really love this girl, and I'll tell you why. I didn't know her until she approached me on social media, and she said, "Hi, I am a Marine vet, and I do designing, and I would love to be a part of this white party if you give me the opportunity." And you know I love that shit.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? I do. And so I'm like, perfect. So we met at Valley View, and she's coming up with some really, really cool designs. And she's been working hard, and I thank her very much. And she's doing a lot with sharing on social media. So I thank her very much, too.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, like when you have an event, it's not just like one thing or dinner or anything. You include a whole bunch of different activities and stuff like that.
I try.
You don't try. You do very well.
Yeah.
You're
Thank
good
you.
at you're good
Thank
at
you.
incorporating a lot of different ideas and you're very good at accessorizing. You're like Mrs. Haberdashery.
And what I love too is like at Summerfest, like this girl keeps her shit together.
Oh yeah,
like
well,
we're like
she's very good at looking like she keeps her shit together.
Thank you. That's my hair.
Like you're over here, you're over there, like. Hey, fake it till you make it. I mean, you look every time we ask you anything, or people are coming up to you left and right. You kept everything, in order.
You got it down.
You know, and so many people say to me, "Well, you're not supposed to be out there running around. You're the boss." No, I'm not the boss. You know, what am I supposed to do? Just like, well
it's your baby.
I am the boss, but
you got to lead by example.
Exactly. Right. Like, you know, there is a mindset that the people that put on these things should be sitting back and watching it all go down. And I don't believe in that. No. I don't believe in that. I've worked for that, and I know how much I despised it.
And they're so separated, like, away from what's really going on. If they're sitting back watching everything, they're not in talking to the vendors. They're not in talking to the people going to the event.
Right.
And the musicians and everything, and make sure everything's in order the way they want it to order. You can't delegate when it's like a new event.
Exactly.
You know,
no, you can't.
They don't share the same vision you do.
Exactly.
And you're setting the tone of the whole event. You're the one that sets the tone.
Yes.
So if people, your crew, see you just sitting there, they're not going to, more than likely, they're not going to lift a finger.
Right.
But if they see you out there hustling, then they're more likely to join and help out.
Exactly. And, you know, props to the city of Utica. You just made an image flash through my head.
Uh-oh.
You know,
Flashback.
At the end of the night, I was running and taking the garbage bags out of the garbage cans, you know, and the crew from the city, they were so cool with me, and everybody was so helpful. And these guys at the Veterans Outreach Center, for the way that they worked in the time that they dedicated, I had absolutely no business sitting around waiting for everybody to get done.
Exactly.
Not my style. I don't like that.
And seeing you like taking the garbage out of the cans and doing things like that, and like working for you, you would be like, well, shit, she's doing it. I better get my ass in gear and do this, you know? And I always liked bosses that like got their hands dirty.
Yeah.
That jumped right in and were the forefront, not stood back and watch and tell everybody else what to do.
Right.
You jumped in there, put the gloves on, and do it.
Hey, you know, listen, I'm not going to say that I didn't throw a little tantrum when my nail chips broke, because I kind of did.
Well, that's a catastrophe right there. I mean.
Catastrophe. No one saw it, though. That's the key. Nobody saw it. So, yeah. I believe in being hands-on.
Yeah, and that's the way it should be. Again, you set the tone. So
Rosalind's checking in. She said, don't let somebody else run your business. And
there you go, boss babe.
Yep. She said she loves that mentality.
Thank you for checking in, Rosalind. If you guys could, please, whoever's watching this, please click the share button. It would help get the word out of the White Party and, of course, hear your friends at the D and the EC Radio, of course. So joining us today is Gina Scampone. So you got the White Party going on October 27th. Do you got any other events maybe you can key us in on?
Yes,
you got some other things happening or what?
Well, there's so much more happening. Well, not so much more, but there's more things happening within the White Party that I want to talk about. But the Christmas tree stroll is going to go right into November, right after the White Party. So when the White Party was moved up a week, it actually worked out well because I had room to do the Christmas tree stroll. And what that is, I'll be honest with you guys, like, and everybody else out there that's watching me now, when I first thought about the name for this, I thought it was kind of a little bit corny, okay? But there was something that I really liked about it. So the premise of it is, do we remember Trinkus Manor?
Of course.
Of course.
I'm from Oriskany. Of course I remember.
Of course you remember Trinkus Manor. It was a destination. Okay. So the premise of the Christmas tree stroll is to create that destination in our eateries, our pubs, all of our different places in the community. And what I would hope to happen would be for these establishments to pair up with maybe a community outreach organization that they support or want to call attention to, whatever. But what it is they're signing up, and this promotion will highlight them and make their establishment a destination throughout the holiday season. So their Christmas trees, if they want to go beyond that into the lights, that's great too, they can, are going to be basically graded on a tally of 1 to 5 stars. Okay? So at the end of the 7 weeks, the establishment with the most highest stars will win $1,000.
Oh, cool.
And they can do whatever they want with that $1,000. Donate it, sponsor a family, give it to a deserving employee, whatever they want to do with it. And then beyond that, we're going to pull another tally out of the entire promotion as a whole, and that person will win $1,000.
Wow.
So
that's
kind of cool. Yeah,
That's
so there's $2,000 on the table.
Great way to give back.
You know, and it's going to be, there's so many ways for the establishments to market it through all of the media.
When you say establishments, are you talking like anything, any kind of entity, or
any
you mean
kind
like
of
restaurants,
entity?
bars?
I'm really focusing on the restaurants and the bars, and to be honest with you, I'm trying so hard to get to everybody, but it's very difficult to get to these establishments.
Why? Because there's 900 restaurants in Utica,
and there's one of me. And you know, a lot of times I'm smart enough to know, I've been on the streets long enough to know that I can't possibly go knocking on everybody's door. And a lot of times when you're calling the establishments and you get the young kids answering the phones,
they don't care.
They couldn't care less.
Nope, sorry, not here. Click.
They really couldn't care less.
It's better to go in face to face.
It's you know, really good. I had a couple appointments today, and when I'm in front of these people talking, I will tell you that I noticed the old timers. You know, the restaurant industry is such a cornerstone in this town. We are food.
Oh, yeah.
Utica is food, let's face it.
100%.
All right? So the restaurant industry is such a cornerstone in this community. And when I talk to the people that have been in the restaurant business for such a long time, their response is immediate. And when I talk to some of the newer establishments in town, they're a little bit more just, you know, standoffish. Like they have their ways and they have their gigs, and if they have time, they're going to talk to me.
Right.
So I think that once all of these seasoned restaurateurs, if you will, come in on this, it'll certainly grow.
I think it's a great idea.
Thank you. Thank you. And I'm going to rent Jeffrey Daniels' limo bus. It's a 14-passenger limo bus, and we're going to do crawls on the first 3 weekends in November.
Now, when you do crawls, it's going to be more snacks or drinks or a little bit of both?
Well,
or?
what I want to happen is I want the passengers to go in and spend money over the bar, and then hopefully the establishment will put out a signature appetizer for $14 or do a signature cocktail for $14. Let them spend the money over the bar.
Of course.
And put something out, a signature appetizer out, so that they may come back into the door later on, after the holiday season, however you want to promote it. And so, you know, excuse me, so everything that I do, event marketing is supposed to be experiential. And so that's what this is. That's what this is about.
That's an excellent concept.
Thank you.
I like it. And like you said, there's so many great restaurants. It'd be cool to do a little tour. You're going to do them often? That's your plan, to do like 3 tours, 4 tours?
Is there a limit to the restaurants that you're going to put on? Or
So there won't be a limit to the entire promotion, but for the crawls, I'll have to limit it because I only have an afternoon.
Right.
So maybe 4 or 5 of them at a time.
So you got like a 5-6 hour window?
Yeah. And my media sponsor on this event is Town Square Media, WLZW. I am very appreciative for the way they sat and listened to this concept, and they really liked it. Thank you, Tracy, for taking the time when I approached her. And so their morning show is going to be joining one of the crawls, and we're putting that together next week, so that'll be kind of fun. Yeah, that'll be fun.
And when's that happening again? What's the date on that?
We're hoping to start at November 3rd.
Okay.
That's what I have it slated for, November 3rd through December 15th. I could tell you Carmela's one of those immediate responses. Of course, you know, Mike's been in business for how long? God bless him.
Forever.
As long as I can remember.
You know, And so he was immediate within the same day, within the same afternoon. So I appreciate people like that not only know the community that they serve all of the time, every day, day in and day out, but when a promotion like this comes up and it's fresh and it's new and it's different and they want to be on from ground zero, I appreciate that. I really do. And they get the whole experiential marketing thing.
Well, and like you said, like the veteran restaurant owners, they've been around. They know what it was like years ago when people really
absolutely
had like a sense of community and things like that.
Absolutely. Jeffrey Daniels, when he heard it, he loved it. And he was like, you got to do this, Gina. You just have to do it. And Maria Moriarty from Valentino's, she's another one. She loved it. She loved the idea. She was really interested in it. So I'm excited to have some of these people.
Do you have any non-bar restaurant places like
I do
bakeries or
yes? So I can tell you that Character Coffee gave me a great response, and she's very excited. Doug from Bite Bakery, he was very interested and very excited, and I'm sure he'll come on. So that level of investment is a lot less than almost half for the alcoholic establishments.
Right on.
Yeah.
Do you plan on having a time frame in each establishment, like an hour and
maybe an hour, 45 minutes, something like that? Yeah.
Right on.
But the entire promotion, so people will be able to walk into these establishments. If they frequent five different establishments, they can fill out 5 different tallies that week. If they, however many times they frequent the establishment, they can fill out a tally.
Right on.
And so it's just really about making your establishment a destination for the holidays.
And turning people on to new establishments too.
Right.
And if the new establishments come on.
Well, that's the
even
thing.
The
like
old establishments, some of these people don't
It's
catch
true.
on and like, well, I've never been there before.
It's true.
You'd be surprised. People lived here their whole lives but never tried,
And
say,
never-
Ocean Blue or tried
Right.
I've
Taylor
never been
and Cook.
Ocean Blue
See?
or
Exactly.
Taylor and Cook.
There you go.
See?
Yeah.
And he's been here his whole life.
Yep.
Yeah. So, and it gives that friendly competition amongst all of them. Why wouldn't they want their places? They're going to decorate anyway. Everybody's going to decorate for the holidays. So why not go that extra mile? And again, hopefully that we can tie in at their, if they want to tie in a community outreach element to it, bring in whoever they want to bring in. And, hopefully we really grow it into something great.
Sounds like it could be an annual event.
I hope so.
You're doing some great stuff out
Thank
there,
you.
G.
I hope so.
I'm always thinking. That mind is always spinning.
Yeah, it is always spinning.
I'm really
Usually
surprised
at
that
3 o'clock in the morning.
I'm really surprised that the newer establishments aren't jumping on it, because you would think they would want more of the attention to promote their new business.
I think that the younger generation that are managing these establishments rely so heavily on social media. But event marketing started trending upward because of that disconnect that instant gratification of social media gives you.
I agree.
And so that's what this is all about. And, we rely so heavily on these platforms, but yet we forget to, we need to
Grassroots marketing.
touch and feel and hug and kiss.
Yeah, right. Face to face.
Exactly.
It's a lot easier to talk face to face than over text.
And
Yeah.
I hate it when
I
my
hate
friends,
over text.
I hate it.
Or you'll be texting and then all of a sudden call the person because it's a lot easier
It's
to
a lot
call than to
easier.
go back and forth for 20 minutes, and then they won't pick up their phone.
And then they
Yeah.
It drives me crazy.
Or they're like, why are you calling me? Like, oh shit, what's wrong? Like,
Rosalind,
or apologize to you for calling.
Rosalind brings up a good point. They're more about instant self-promotion.
Well, she's right.
And she's right. That's what it is.
right.
Everything's got to be self-gratifying and so instantly.
Yeah, exactly.
Instead of just like letting it linger and just go out and do your thing and let it grow naturally. I don't know.
Exactly. So, and hopefully we could turn this into something that gives back to the community again.
It will.
Hopefully.
It will. This is a great idea.
That's
I like
the premise
it. You're
behind
full of them.
Thank you.
You are full of them. You do good work out there.
Thank you.
So have we been thinking about bands possibly we could bring to Summerfest next year? Or?
No, I'll tell you, I am up for all kinds of suggestions. I know before we went on the air, we were talking about teams and crews, and I have a great committee sitting, and we're talking, and I consider you guys to be a part of that as well. I do. You guys were there for me from the beginning, and you broadcast from there, and I appreciated it very much.
We had a lot of fun, except for when we broke Frank's tent.
Sorry, Frank.
One casualty. Sorry, Frank.
I think I apologize to Frank daily.
Was it during the wind?
Yeah.
Did you guys see me go across the sidewalk with the tent in my hand?
Were you like Mary Poppins?
That's exactly what it looked like. Oh my God, I was flying.
The thing with us, we were taking the tent down.
Yeah,
and
we're like,
broke.
screw it, we're done.
We're done. We're gonna move it,
and it broke.
And it broke.
Yeah, wind caught it.
What a miserable day that was.
Snapped it right in half, but.
No, this was actually
that was the second day.
Friday.
Oh, it was Friday,
yeah.
Was it?
Which was a beautiful day, but it was just windy.
A nice day.
Yeah.
It was windy. Yeah, it was a windy weekend.
And we had Al Schneer from Mo join us.
Al was so cool.
Al's the boss.
We got an argument over LeBron.
Al jumped behind the bar and was serving with Melanie and the crew from the American Cancer Society. They were awesome.
I love you, Al Schneer.
They were awesome.
He's the man.
Frank's calling us bad tenants.
We are bad tenants. We really are.
So I would love to. I actually have more time this year.
Yes, right. To plan.
I have more. Well, not only to plan. Yes, to plan. But the city has agreed to allow me to go from 11 o'clock in the morning and extend until probably about 10 o'clock at night.
Oh, wow. Make it a full day.
So I'm really excited about that.
Yeah.
Because the 3.5 hours, as you guys know, it was a very short time. Set up and break down every day was difficult.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't have room for a lot of bands. The footprint is so small, you can't put 2 bands on at once.
Mm-hmm.
So this year, I'd like, my bands to be not only more, but bigger. I want my stage to be bigger, and I can't do that all by myself. I need crews to do that. So
I know a guy.
I got a guy.
I got a guy.
So yeah.
Whatever help you need, you can ask us.
Thank you.
We're gonna do it and do it well.
Thank you.
I'm looking forward to it though. Summerfest this year was great. Like you said, it was a great footprint. It was a great first year.
Mm-hmm.
The vision came alive.
It did.
We saw what you're trying to create there, and now it's time to take it to the next level.
And just it's awesome that you're bringing things to the city. You know what I mean? Like, so many people say there's nothing going on, and here you bring a nice, cool family event in the heart of downtown Utica, and you killed it. You crushed it. So we're it's great that this is coming back to the area. Because we had good old summertime, which. Honestly, I think you're killing it more than they did.
Well,
I did too. The only thing I was missing from good old summertime was the rides for the kids, and that's it.
The bed races.
Yeah, and the bed races.
Well, the bed races, I'll tell you, those Office Olympics, I've actually had people ask me, will you bring back the Office Olympics? Will you bring back the Ferris wheel? The Ferris wheel was a huge thing.
I hate Ferris wheel.
Will you bring back the pageant? So, the answer to all of those is I am certainly looking into it. I could tell you that I have 2 girls that have approached me. They actually approached me before Utica Summerfest went off this year, and they want to work on the pageant. So they are going to work on the pageant. They are very intricately tied into the community. I'm very excited to work with them.
Wow, cool.
And I hope that I hope that our visions come together. I'm sure they will.
The pageant was such a big deal back in the day, too.
It was, but they really want to twist it up. We have so many different topics in society that we really need to pay attention to, and these 2 girls are certainly the ones to pay attention to those topics. So, I have a vision of getting into the schools and talking about maybe let's have these girls, instead of just worrying about their exterior beauty, let's see what they do throughout the school year.
And the community.
And perhaps we could present them with some tasks and see how they complete these tasks separately and as a whole. And that will also be part of this
I think they should go through an obstacle course.
Yeah, the female ninja warrior.
The female ninja warrior.
They got to run it with a skirt on or something and high heels.
In a gown.
In a gown, yeah. No, but I think that's a great idea. Maybe you can incorporate some sort of scholarship fund with it for the young girls and stuff like that. They can. Wow, that's a great idea. Like what they're like pillars in their community, what they're doing in their community to make it a better place to live.
Exactly. You know, there was a great program. I forgot the name of the program, but it's they had people go into school systems and talk about where they were in their career and how they got there. And so, you know, I mean, I think that if we can incorporate some of those things into the pageant, if you will, and I'm going to let Nicole and Adrian name that event within Summerfest.
I think that's great.
Yeah, I'm excited about that too.
Incorporating a lot of different ideas into one event. Mm-hmm. Let's get a photo booth next year too.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
With like little props and stuff.
We could do that.
Yeah.
We could do that.
Everybody likes to get their picture
Everybody
taken.
likes, everyone likes a photo booth.
I think next year we go with a dunk tank.
A dunk tank too?
Still got to do the dunk tank.
Do you know
the
what a dunk tank does to the insurance?
Yeah.
It's insane.
It's insane.
That was one of the very first things I wanted was a dunk tank.
Because it'd be good to do a charity thing with the dunk tank.
Yes.
You had that cool basketball thing that sprayed you with water.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was fun,
well, that's
actually.
the way I got around the whole water issue with the insurance company. I brought that in. That was kind of cool.
Yeah.
That's something that we need to change this year. Now that I have more time and the city is going to allow the vendors to stay up. They don't need to break down every day.
Awesome.
I know. That's going to be huge. That's a huge attraction for them. So,
and being that you're starting at 11 a.m.,
I think so.
You get that cool. You get the lunch crowd.
Lunch crowd, yeah. Yeah. I've already had some restaurants that don't have food trucks ask me if they could come in because they want to. There's actually going to be a new restaurant downtown that's going to be opening up.
In just this one short year, you've really built a name with that, huh? For people reaching out to you on the cold call, right?
It seems that way,
yeah.
And if everybody follows through on their ideas and their visions, and they bring it to the table, and we all come together and execute it the right way, it's going to be great.
Mm-hmm.
My branding partners this year, the Restaurant Equipment Corporation, Tony Amodio, and Adirondack Bank, Rocco Arcuri and Rob Clark, they were so welcoming to this idea when it was just an idea. And I couldn't have done it without them. And then the other sponsors that were on the event, too.
Mm-hmm. Well, they get it.
They get it.
And they want to see fun things happen in the community.
They get it. They really get it. They get the trend on not just, this is something cool, but it's going to go beyond putting a logo on a poster. It's, what I'm doing is truly event marketing.
And it's building commerce with these other businesses that are there,
Yes.
So it's another way for them to make extra money where instead of depending on people coming to their location, they could come right to where everybody is.
Yeah. And there wasn't any trouble
Nope.
at Utica Summerfest.
No, none at all.
No trouble whatsoever.
Well, you had an older audience, really, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, families. A lot of fun.
There were families, for sure.
That plaza was jam-packed.
Oh, it was fun.
That plaza was really jam-packed. So.
What was you had that little circus act almost, the guy doing a magic show.
Yeah,
he was
brought
really
them
cool.
up from down south.
Those guys are great. Please bring them back.
Yeah,
really cool.
Do you know how many people have expressed that same exact sentiment to me?
Please bring them back.
Yeah.
They were very entertaining, and that was just like sprinkles on the top of a great festival.
They were engaging. They were wonderful.
Yeah, with the guy running around in that ball. And then the mimes going at it.
Yeah.
Then they were doing the stilts and doing a little
Changing
parade
clothes
and stuff
on
like
the girl.
that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we need to have a parade too.
Well,
just a little 3-block parade with those guys leading the march.
I agree, and I do have something like that planned.
Okay.
It's going to be Flag Day, and I moved the weekend up one, so it's going to be the weekend of the 14th. So that's the weekend of Flag Day, and I have a phenomenal idea for how we're going to open the festival this year.
Cool.
Nice.
Let's just say
We'll leave it at that.
I like what you did last year with the church group.
The gospel choir.
That was really cool.
That was so touching.
I certainly invite them to come back again. I really want to highlight them a little bit better than they were highlighted.
Yeah.
I liked the fact that they walked up the street a cappella.
That.
It was cool, wasn't it?
It just grabbed everybody's attention. I was like, "What the hell is that?" And then you see them walk through, and it was like, it was moving. It was cool.
It was beautiful.
Yeah.
They all had beautiful voices come together in harmony like that, and it was just.
They were great.
They were really
great.
good. Really, really good. What was the name of that group again?
Well, they were from
the church.
The gospel choir there.
I just put you on the spot.
Yeah, you did just put me on the spot, and my mind is so fried. But I'll get to it. It'll come to me.
We apologize to the gospel choir out there. We forgot your name, but regardless, you guys were awesome. You really were awesome. So that was a great way to kick that all off, and it was beautiful, touching, and loved it. Absolutely loved it, Gene.
Thank you.
I can't wait till next year. We're going to have a good time next year. Yeah, so let's get together and we can put our heads together and try to figure out a good lineup or something music-wise.
I have my good friend Charlie G. Christina. He is heavily into the festival circuit.
Oh, I know. I see him at every single one of them.
Every single one. So he's been doing some work for me, and we're going to get together and meet up and collaborate on the stuff that he's been doing for me.
I've seen more of Charlie this summer than I've seen Chicken.
He's a doll.
He's at every one of those damn festivals. Every day. He was at the state fair. I had to walk by him every day. Hey, Charlie. Hey, what's happening, man? Just keep walking.
Yeah.
And then I've seen him at the Taste of Syracuse. He's at one of those. And he's just everywhere.
He's everywhere.
He's everywhere.
What a great staff he has.
He does. And he works hard.
Oh, my God. I love those. Oh, he kills it.
I have a lot of respect for that man just because of his work.
Kills it.
Him and Louis from the Grapevine.
Well, Louis, I think there's 10 different Louis out there.
Too.
I think Louis cloned out there because every time I turn around, there's another Louis.
Yeah, he's everywhere.
And again, it's that hands-on.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Absolutely.
They're not the bosses; they're the leaders.
I remember going.
God bless him.
Little side note with Louis. I went into the Grapevine one day on a Sunday, and he's running around ragged. And a friend and I were sitting there, and he comes up and he goes, "I'm sorry, I wasn't even open today. I just came in here to clean, and people started coming in, so I turned on all the ovens and stoves and just started cooking." I'm like,
wow.
And he had a full house. I'm like, dude, you might want to stay open on Sundays.
Yeah.
Like, it was great.
Wow.
Yeah, he could have easily said, you know what, I'm not open, guys.
I would have.
Right.
It's my day off. Get the hell out.
And there's another restaurant I haven't even gotten the chance to get to yet. You know, so if any of the restaurants, any of the managers of the restaurants are tuning in or going to tune into this, you know, please get in touch with me.
How do they get in touch with you?
Via Facebook, the Event Co. Even if you Google it now, you know, my site's been up long enough where, you know, I've really accomplished that SEO on Google. So if you Google White Party Utica, if you Google Christmas Tree Stroll Utica, it'll come up.
For the White Party, are you going to play the White Album?
It's so funny you say that. So the entertainment for the White Party, I asked my Uncle Jim to play, two of us.
Uh-huh.
And have you seen them yet?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Stanley
at the Stanley.
Yep.
Well, America had heard their demo and had requested them to open up for them. You recall that?
Yeah.
So two of us is going to be playing, and they're fun. You know, they do that golden age of rock. They do Petty. They do some really cool stuff from the 90s. So I called my Uncle Jim, who is the biggest Beatle fan on the face of the earth. And I said, hey, Uncle Jim, what are the chances of you learning the White Album and playing the White Party for me? He's like, no. I'm like, really? Why? And he's like, Gina, have you really gone through the songs on the White Album?
Seriously?
He's like, it's the most, you know, obscure album that they ever released. And
My
so he's
favorite.
like, you know,
Charles Manson's favorite, too.
and so he's like, okay, let's go through this album. And so he pulls it up on his phone, and I'm on the phone with him. And he's like, I refuse to sing this song. I'm not doing that. I would never sing that, you know. But I'll do this, and I'll do this. So what they've done, he and Kevin have taken a really good, solid 6 tracks from the White Album.
Okay.
And they've learned them, and they will be featured. Of course, I did think of that, Z.
Can you do Happiness is a Warm Gun?
I don't know.
Or While My Guitar Gently Weeps?
I'm sure they'll do that.
Oh, blah dee, oh, blah da.
I don't know. I think he does that. I'm not sure. So he's kind of keeping me kind of at bay on that. And
It's my favorite Beatles album by far.
Is it? Is it really?
Love the White Album.
Yeah.
I absolutely love it. Or how about White Room by Cream? That would be a good one to play.
That would be a good one.
What other White songs can we play? A whole Jack White album?
White Wedding.
White Wedding.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's a good one. Billy Idol.
There you go.
I used to love him.
Yep. Rebel Yell's that song. I can never change the dial of what Rebel Yell is on.
I
love
listen
to it. I turn it up, get the shoulder into it, you know. I love that song.
That's a great song. So we have two of us playing entertainment at the White Party, and Jeffrey, I believe, is setting up the dance floor. He's like, come on, Gina, let's put the dance floor in, because, you know, people get up and dance to these guys, and they do. So it'll be fun. And I have some awesome getaways for a silent auction.
Oh, yeah?
Once-in-a-lifetime getaways. I have some autographed sports memorabilia.
Uh-huh.
I have an autographed vintage jersey by Whitey Ford.
Of course.
Nice.
Which I think is so cool. I have some really cool stuff. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Of course.
You got any autographed stuff from Reggie White?
I was going to say Reggie White.
No, there wasn't anything from Reggie White there. I have some Bill's stuff.
What about Bill White?
You know, how about some Barry White?
Barry White?
Barry White. Rosalind's saying White Rabbit for the songs.
White Rabbit. So I have some cool stuff.
Some autographed memorabilia from
autographed
the White
memorabilia.
Sox.
I have actually, yeah, and there's a rooftop getaway at Wrigley Field, so you can go for the experience, and and you're sitting rooftop, and they're going to give you all you can eat and all you could drink all day long.
Wow!
So that's one of the destinations I have. Isn't that cool?
That's really sick. Yeah.
That's one place I need to visit before I die is Wrigley Field. I've never been there.
Let me tell you, this is a really cool trip, and I don't think that the starting bid on it is really that much.
Okay.
I have another getaway to Belize for up to 8 people. I think it's 7 days and 8 nights, or 6 nights or 7 nights and 8, whatever it is. But it's a week.
That's
pretty Belize. Who cares?
Belize. Who cares?
That's
you won't even
fancy.
know,
Yeah,
right? Belize, and up to 8 people, and for three of those days, you're going to have your own personal chef. How cool is that? I have a trip to Tuscany.
What?
Yeah, I have. I'm telling you the truth. I have a trip to Sonoma, wine country, and that trip you'll be chauffeured in a car and taken all through wine country. I think it's like a 5-hour tour. Cool, huh?
Very cool.
Isn't that cool? I have another trip to New Orleans, which I'm excited about.
I think that trip to Belize should have the D on it, like, you know, like a road trip. You know, we'll go there and we'll do live broadcasts for you.
Hey, there you go.
We'll do our shebang from there.
There you go.
Actually, I'm thinking I want to go to Tuscany now.
Tuscany. I have a trip to Disney.
Nice.
Yeah, I have a trip for 4 to Disney. So we have some really cool silent auction stuff that's going to happen.
October 27th at Danielle's at Valley View. It's going down. Where do they get tickets from?
The Event Co. Right online. You can Google. The easiest thing to do is Google the White Party Utica, and I'll come right to the top.
Awesome.
So the Event Co. You could get to me on Facebook. You can get to me, theeventco.co, not .com. It's .co.
And I've noticed you've been very active on Instagram lately, too. That's just good.
You know, I'm so lost.
So is Chicken.
Yeah. I'm still learning Facebook. I just got over MySpace. You know? What the hell?
But no, it's good. Instagram's the new thing. I think Facebook is dying out and Instagram's taking over a little bit.
Well, you know what I noticed about Instagram?
There's no drama.
There's no drama.
No politics.
You know, no politics, which I love. It's like, okay, people, just shut up. Get over it, you know? But Instagram, I get a lot of traction, but Facebook, they stay a little bit longer. Maybe it's the age difference. I don't know.
Well, there's like more scrolling going on in Facebook than there is in Instagram because it's just pictures.
Right.
And videos.
Right.
So.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's fast. Instagram's fast.
I want to thank Rosalind for posting the Event Co link.
Thank
for
you
the
very
white
much.
Party. Thank you, Rosalind.
See, she's always on it there.
She's
girl.
killing
I love
it.
her.
She's killing it.
I love her. She's pinning it and everything.
I pinned it.
Oh, you pinned it.
Yeah, but there's the link if anybody's interested in
Thank you, my dear.
the white party coming up October 27th at Danielle's in Valley View.
Starts at 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock, and there's a lot of giveaways, and she's giving away all these trips. And if you're a Cubs fan, you want to hang out on the rooftop at Wrigley Field, you can go and sign up for that trip. And there's a lot of cool things you're doing.
Yeah, thank you.
A lot of cool things.
It'll be nice.
And I'm looking forward to Summerfest next year.
Yep.
Me too.
We're gonna have a good time.
Me too.
Make sure we get together and discuss some things and
Yes.
all that. But there's another party I want to talk about.
I was going to say, all these trips, man, it's almost like a trips fest.
Almost like a trip
There
fest.
you go.
Very good,
Great
chicken.
segue. You've done this before?
Yeah, I've been around. You know.
Couple 2-3 times he's done it.
2-3.
That's happening Saturday, October 13th, in honor of our brother, Captain Trip.
God bless him.
Vinny Morial. I miss him dearly. He's
Me
been
too.
gone a couple of years now. And I miss him. And so what a better way to honor the man than by throwing him a festival every
Absolutely.
year. And this is our second year of doing it, and we've got a sick lineup.
Killer lineup, yeah.
Sick lineup.
Wow. I mean,
I'm blown away, actually, by this lineup.
Yeah.
Thunderwatt. The Crazy Fools.
Yes.
A 315 all-star tribute to the Grateful Dead featuring members of Uncle Fester, Groove Garden, Slug, and Esther, and more.
Groove Garden.
Remember Groove Garden?
Remember Groove Garden? Yeah.
And also, coming out of retirement,
I know.
who, mind you, will be on EC Radio next week.
I saw that.
Next Wednesday, October 3rd. But the return of Taurus.
Yeah. Yep.
Tony Taurus coming out of
That's really
retirement.
cool.
I'm super psyched.
And this is the second year in a row we had a band come out of retirement to play.
Yeah, it's true, man. We had Joe Mama and the Funk Daddies last
Joe
year.
Mama, that's right.
And then this year, Tony Taurus and Kelly Yako. And they're also bringing in Kate Devin to play with them
That's
a little
awesome.
bit, too. So the Taurus is going to kick off Trip Fest starting right around 6:30.
You got the old school guys and you got the newcomer.
We got a whole bunch of
gonna be
things
nice.
going on. Trip Fest is going to be a lot of fun, and I'm really excited to talk to Tony and Kelly when they come in here next week. They're going to play a couple songs and just shoot the shit, and I want to know some old stories from back in the day.
Oh God,
Those guys tore it up back in the day.
Oh my God. Well, and back then I was like, we were the group of girls that I was in high school at the time. And we followed them all around.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what was it, a joint up on the corner over there on Calvary of
Milo's.
Milo's,
Yeah.
but it was something before Milo's.
Yesterday? Not yesterday.
No,
I can't
somewhere,
remember what it was.
somebody come in and sign in here.
Not City
I remember
Limits
it
or
called
whatever.
Milo's at one time for
It was
sure.
like a garden or something.
Yeah,
That was whatever. But anyway, so they would sneak us in and we would go see the band. And there was one place we would go.
How high was your hair back then?
It was high. Aquanaut. Yeah, it was dark and it was high and it was curly. And one night we went to see the band and they picked us up. Okay. And we were just all friends. We were really innocent back then. Besides sneaking into bars, we were good girls. We didn't, we were. So the band picked us up and we always slept over one of my girlfriend's houses because her parents were in the restaurant business. And so we got away with so much. The soccer field was across the street and, we did things, right? So this one night we were going to see the band and we were sneaking out to go see them. Well, my mother, she caught on to it. And when we got home, my mother was sitting in my girlfriend's driveway in the car waiting for us to get home.
No.
And I don't know who was driving. I think you remember Shy?
No.
You remember Shy? You don't remember Shy? He
Maybe.
played with Tony and Kelly and all those guys. One of those guys was driving, and I think it was Kelly Yako in the back seat. He just opened the door and basically kicked us out. The car didn't even stop. So we're like, oh shit, it's Gina's mother. And so yeah, we had a lot of fun with those guys back in the day.
Yeah, they were legends. They're, in fact, and I'm going to tell Tony this when he comes on, but if there was ever to be a Greater Utica Music Hall of Fame, Tony's first ballot, hands down. He's right up there, first ballot. I'd have to give it to him, right up there with Frank Cosmo and Joe Bonamassa.
Yeah.
They were awesome back in the day.
And Tony's cool, he just
Love Tony.
stays in his lane and does his thing. I love that. He competes with nobody.
Exactly.
And I love that.
That's all going down at Trip Fest. It's coming up. It's coming up really soon, October 13th. Tickets $10 in advance. I have a stack of tickets. In fact, when Tony comes in here next week, we're going to do a half price ticket. So if you come down to the D, you could get yourself a ticket for Trip Fest for only like $5. Partial proceeds to benefit Laney's Army. Tommy and I were at Laney's Army yesterday. Do you know what they do over there?
Tell me. I mean, I have an idea.
Wow,
but...
it's kind of sad, but what these people are great people for doing what they're doing. There was a dog that had his eyes burned out by cigarette butts.
Oh my God.
And they were walking him around, and then there was other ones that were tortured. There was 3-legged dogs. I mean,
please tell me they go to people's house and beat the crap out.
They rescue these animals, and there's a big pen out back of the thing, and they have over 120 dogs that are either abused or something wrong with them or broken legs or whatever. They take these dogs in and rehabilitate them, and
what's wrong?
Make sure they stay off of death row, if you will. So the Laney's Army, it's a beautiful organization, what they're doing, and they're saving the animals.
Wow.
So partial proceeds to benefit Laney's Army, and what we're going to do is throw out a bunch of Captain Tripp's old stuff from the head shop and stuff, and anything that you guys donate for an old t-shirt from 1994 or whatever, stickers, posters. He's got old bowls and glass pieces and stuff. If you make a little donation, it's all going to go to Laney's Army. Trip Fest brought to you by, of course, your friends here at the D, our good friend over at Doughboy Barbecue, Tommy and Dave, and also Priceless Inspection, Saranac Brewery, Dr. Scott Domenico, and Donato Appraisal Services. Yeah, it's going to be good. And then also our friends from The Drive are going to be there too.
Yep.
So 92.7 The Drive. We've got a little co-op going with those guys.
Nice.
And Genesee Joe's been awesome.
Well, Joe's always in it.
Joe's awesome.
Joe's always in it.
Yeah, exactly. He's down to do community events. Anything we need, he's just like, let me know. We want to be a part of anything.
Another local legend.
He really is.
Yep.
He really is. So
I think that if there's any personality that strives so hard to do everything for the community, Joe's at the top of the list.
Oh, absolutely.
Especially when it comes to the music world too.
He's at the top of the list.
He's
got
one of
a
those-
heart of gold.
Yeah. He's one of those few people that are like face forward. Like he'll come right up and talk to people and be a part of the community. Where a lot of times you see these jocks, they kind of like hold themselves back and they don't want to be talked to. They want to like just sit in the background and just get up in front of the microphone when they want. But not Joe.
Joe's out there, hands on,
talking to people. Yeah. Like he's just a cool, down to earth guy.
We love you, Tresolino.
We love you, Joe.
We love you, Joe. But yeah, they'll be there at the Drive, and it's all going down at Trip Fest. It's 2310 Oneida Street in Utica, the Jewish Community Center, and it's cool partying over there. We did it last year. It's kind of like you're partying in your school, kind of.
Yeah.
We used the gym to display art and put out Vinny's stuff, and in fact, Tommy's got a glass blower coming this year, so we're going to be blowing some glass in the gym, and also in the auditorium is where all the music's playing, and there's going to be beer and wine, and it's really cool. It's a good time for a great cause.
I just want to hear "It Smells Like Teen Spirit" in that gym. That's what it reminds me of. Is like that video.
That video.
It's going to be.
It's a day before my birthday.
Right? Yeah. So it's Gina's birthday party. Trip Fest 2/Gina's birthday party.
Gina's 30th birthday party.
My 30th. I'm going to be 50.
What? Come on. I want to see
I'm
ID.
be 50 years old.
Wow. Well, you look great for 50.
Thank you.
We were thinking you were 32.
Yeah.
But if I didn't know you for like the last 25 years, I wouldn't.
I wouldn't have guessed 50 though.
No?
No, definitely not.
Definitely not.
You don't even look like a day over 49.
I can't stand
I can mute him at any time if you want.
I
can make sure he doesn't have a voice on the show anymore.
Oh, God.
But I want to see all my friends and family out at Trip Fest, Saturday, October 13th at the Jewish Community Center. And also, before we get out of here, love and respect out the Night Volkswagen in Rome. Stop into their showroom at 5865 Taberg Road in Rome and see why all the customers love their Nye VW. Mention Disruption Network and receive $250 off any purchase. How cool is that?
It's awesome.
It's really cool.
It's amazing.
It's like
so knowing us, you get a discount knowing us.
It's awesome.
It's almost like your first payment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
Usually knowing us, it usually gets you profiled, but now not in this case. Not in this case at all, actually. It gives you a nice little discount. So $250 off any purchase if you mention the D. Check out their inventory at nivdubofrome.com. We got a big week next week, man. Next week, Taste of Laos is coming in to feed us.
Oh, how nice.
We talked about tourists coming in here. They might be bringing in a special guest. I'm not getting my hopes up. I'll tell you off air on who it's going to be, but there's a slight possibility we might have a major rock star.
Yeah.
Slight possibility. I'm not, like I said, I'm not getting my hopes up.
I got it.
Regardless, Taurus will still be here, And then on October 4th, we're going big time, bro. A guy who just was on Joe Rogan. He's running for governor. Larry Sharp's going to come in studio.
Coming here?
He's coming here. Larry Sharp coming in here. You know, I don't like to talk politics, but I think what he's doing is pretty cool. There's some pretty cool things that he wants to do with New York.
He's got some really interesting ideas. They're out of the box. Some of them I'm kind of like, and some of them I think was really cool. But the fact that he's sparking debate and trying to do things out of the box, and he talks very, like when he was on Rogan, I mean, he fired right back at Rogan.
Oh, yeah, they're butting heads.
Really?
You get a chance to watch that podcast with Joe Rogan and Larry Sharp do so. It's like they kind of clash a little bit, but it's still great content.
And like he fires back in a non-political way. You know what I mean? He kind of talks like, you know, like just shooting from the hip.
Yep.
You know, it's refreshing a little bit.
Yeah, it is. And, you know, when I was out in Buffalo this past week, East Aurora for Borderland Fest, I saw a bunch of Larry Sharp signs on lawns. I was like, wow, his word is getting all the way out here. I mean, of course, it has to be because he's running for governor, and there's a slight chance this guy can win. And if he wins, that changes history.
Now, what party is he with?
That's history that's going to happen if he wins.
What party is he with? Is he independent?
He's like an independent.
Which is cool.
Yeah, he's very independent. And, you know, right now he's got like 25% of the vote doing all the stats and the polls and stuff like that. And, you know, Cuomo's a sinking ship.
I like to see more independent party rise.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I just want to see somebody legalize marijuana.
That too.
That's what I want to see. And Larry Sharp is going to do that. So we're going to have him coming into the show on October 4th.
It's going to be really cool.
Yeah, it'd be big. It'll be really, really big. We're going to have all hands on deck.
It'd be amazing if he actually won and like we actually had a governor in here.
Right. Even if he doesn't win. He was just on Joe Rogan. He had like 1 million views on Joe Rogan. So
really?
Yeah.
Just like another thing, like kind of like what Bernie does, just get the ideas out there, spark new debate.
Right. And who knows? The younger generation might pick up on those ideas and run with it.
Right.
You never know. You never know. So big week next week on EC Radio. And the following week, too. We're booked. We're booked solid. I got a lot of great guests coming on.
You're not slowing down.
We're picking up.
Down. Yeah, we got to pick up. I haven't been around for the last 3 months. I've been the road warrior, if you will.
Good for you.
It's been a lot of fun.
I'm living vicariously for you.
Don't, because you'll end up tired. Like
Seriously.
me. I'm still not 100%. I've had 5 cups of coffee today. I'm still like dragging ass.
I do got to thank Adeline for coming in, filling in.
You guys killed it.
Yeah, helping out.
And also coming up tonight, the D-line.
Yes, sir.
Big week in football like there is every week. And,
big week.
And then he's got a big guest coming in tonight, too.
Big
guest. I mean, talking tall, too. Like 6'8".
Yeah.
Oh.
It's Syracuse legend Dale Shackelford.
Yeah.
From SU basketball.
Oh, yeah?
The original Shaq is coming on.
Shaq.
The original
yeah?
Shaq. Yeah.
Good for you.
He was playing for SU before Jim Boeheim got there, believe it or not. And then
didn't he play with Jim Boeheim?
But he was there for Jim Boeheim's very first season, and then I want to say from like 76 to 1980 is when Shaq was there.
Yeah,
Shaq's been on the show before. Great guy, great guest, and he's going to chop it up football with you, huh?
Yep. Talk
about the big game this weekend, Clemson SU.
Yep, and then I want to talk to him a little bit about his Sports Express, which he does, like a scholastic sports. I don't know what they like newspaper publication.
Mm-hmm,
yeah,
mm-hmm.
So it'd be cool, kind of like shoot the shit with him a little bit.
Yeah,
fun.
Nice.
It's gonna be good. So
Talk
tune into
SU.
the D-line tonight at 6:00 with Sil and Caleb and my buddy over here, Chicken.
Would it?
Yeah, and then we're gonna have a drinking game every time Silbert swears. You gotta take a shot.
I want to do a drinking game.
Eventually, we'll get there, but that's gonna be a good time. So
I have to call an Uber ready.
Stick around, Dale Shackelford. That's gonna be really cool having Shaq come in here and chop it up. I mean, he's very knowledgeable in all facets of sports. So
it'd be fun to actually have somebody who knows what they're talking about.
Yeah, right. And the guy's a legend, man. SU legend. Absolutely. So I want to remind everybody you can listen to this podcast and previous podcasts of EC Radio and all the content that we have here on the D at disruptionnetwork.net. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram and on Twitter and Twitch and Stitcher and all those social media platforms. We're pretty much everywhere, people. You can follow us on iTunes and Google Play and
cartoons,
Spotify, all those things. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. So there's different avenues to check us out
on your webpage.
Yeah, we're all over. DisruptionNetwork.net, people. That's where you can find us. Gina, thanks so much for coming in today. Thank you. This is going to be good. Good luck to everything that you're doing. And, you got friends here at the D, so if you need some promotions, please do not hesitate.
Thank you very much.
Do not hesitate.
Love you guys.
Love you too.
Love you too, G.
We'll see you on Monday.
We are a generation of lost masculinity, and we got to start getting it back. No matter if you're straight or gay, no matter if you stick it in the front or you stick it in the rear, for the love of our sons, we've got to stick it in there like a man.
You know what the hell you're listening to?
It's EC Radio.
So you just bought your dream home, and now it's time to move. Let's face it, nobody likes to move. All the packing, unpacking, lifting, upstairs, downstairs, and broking everything, including your back. Let the professionals at EJA Moving Company take all the stress and pain out of your move. Competitively priced moving, relocation services, office moves, and complete packing and unpacking services. They work with everybody to make it simple and easy for you to move and relocate. Call EJA Moving Company at 315-335-0516. When it's time to relocate, have EJA Moving do all the work for you. Hit them up online, ejamoving.com.
Hey, Disruption Network. This is Mike Sacco, the general manager at Nye Volkswagen of Rome. If you don't know me by name, it's only because you have not received the best deal. There's only one reason to leave Utica, and that's to come see me in Rome and get the best deal on your next new, pre-owned, or certified VW. Mention that you heard this ad from Disruption Network and receive $250 off your next vehicle purchase. You'll know why our customers There's only one reason to leave Utica, that's to come see me in Rome. Us at 5865 on your next Road in Rome. Pre-owned or visit us online at NyeVW.com.
Join us Saturday, October 13th as the Disruption Network and Doughboy Barbecue presents Trip Fest 2 at the Jewish Community Center, 2310 Oneida Street in Utica. A night to pay homage to Vinny, Captain Trip Moriel. Icon, yo! Come pick through all Captain Trip's personal treasures, local artist display, Doughboy Barbecue, beer, wine, and live music. Bands include, after a 24-year hiatus, the return of Torres, Kate Devin, Crazy Fool, Thunderwalk, and the 315 All-Star Tribute. Tickets are $10 in advance and $15 at the door. Partial proceeds to benefit Ladies Army. Doors open at 6 o'clock. Torres kicks it all off at 6:30. It's Trip Fest 2, Saturday, October 13th. Trip Fest 2 is sponsored by Nye Volkswagen of Rome, 92.7 FM The Drive, Priceless Inspection. Partial proceeds to benefit Ladies Army. Domenico, Saranac Brewery kicks it all off at 6:30. It's Trip Fest 2 Saturday, October 13th. Trip Fest 2 is sponsored by Nye Volkswagen of Rome, 92.7 FM The Drive, Priceless Inspection.
To take real estate to the next level. We practice with honesty, integrity, and the knowledge to help make the buying and selling process easy and stress-free for all of our clients. We pledge to always make our clients our top priority from start to finish, and even after the house is closed. We will always be a valued resource for information and assistance for our buyers and sellers. Our customers over the years have become not only past clients, but great friends. As we join hands together as the Property Sisters of the Mohawk Valley, we look forward to serving our clients and our community and making a positive difference. You can reach us at 315-601-9630 for all of your real estate needs.